to be soothed. We're in deep thought. And I was like, oh, this was personal.
There you go.
Okay.
And then I got scared.
Hello.
Because I was like, this is somebody that knows him intimately, which means he or she probably knows my kids.
Sorry.
I thought on why they shot Mr. Lamar in his stomach could have been a sign,
I wouldn't
but it looked like there was some type of struggle. And the victim did what most people would do, which is fight for your life. Like you come home and see an armed gunman or someone pointing a gun at you. You pull the gun on me, I put my hands up to block it. It hit me in my hand, it hit me in my wrist, it hit me in my thumb. I believe it was a planned ambush in the sense of I'm going to wait for him and engage him. But I don't necessarily feel like the motive was killing him right away, because why let him get out the car? If I'm there to kill you, as soon as you pull in the driveway, I could shoot you through the window. But as a detective, it's not what I know, it's what I can prove. And it takes someone closely involved with these people to be able to give me something to go on. What was he involved in? Why would somebody want him dead? Why would someone be waiting on him at his residence?
In order to find Darren's killer, investigators had to look into Darren's own background.
I met Darren. I was on clinical rotations for pharmacy school, and his stepfather was one of the cases. So I had come into contact with him. He kind of pursued me. Oh, like, you're cute. I didn't know my dad's doctor was this cute, that kind of stuff. And we ended up exchanging numbers, but it wasn't like a love connection. And then our paths crossed again in 1998. We were at Visions nightclub or whatever it was at the time in Atlanta. And he came up to me. And he was like, you remember? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Or whatever. And he's like, oh, you're still beautiful. Let's have a dance. And we just kind of like rekindled, right? But this time, things just like went like that. He was smart and he knew a lot about investment banking and baseball. And he's like, I played during the strike season. I was a scab and all this other stuff. And I was like, I'm an athlete. And, you know, I was just like so impressed. And we immediately introduced our families, like, quick. Just told him, I said, this is what I do. I said, but this is who my family is, you know. James Brown's my dad. And he's like, oh, wow, that's so cool. Blah, blah, blah. But I just had that feeling that he already knew who my dad was. This is our engagement
I can't brush
day.
your hair like that.
Beautiful perms.
Guys, I'm like, just sit. Look at
We
this
had
tiny
a very nice
brush.
home. We lived on a golf
Look at
course.
it.
Had nice cars, nice clothes, and nannies, housekeeper. We were one of the youngest couples in the neighborhood, one of the only African-American couples in the neighborhood.
The offspring of the famous are, much like the famous, very vulnerable. And they constantly have to watch to make sure that they're not being exploited, they're not being ripped off, that they're not being manipulated.
Doll's hair.
One day, some of his friends was like, well, you know, are you sure he played baseball? And they're like, well, I've never seen him play baseball. He talked about playing baseball. He told me he went to Tulane and Xavier. I said something to his aunt one time about him being at Tulane. She's like, I don't remember Darren going to college.
Darren made all those claims. But in fact, he was none of those things.
Your stuff.
FTD breaks down the essence of who the person is. Families need to know they're not imagining that this person is evaporating before their eyes. asked to see a neurologist, ask about FTD.
She's doing her hair.
Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treats. Connect on a sweeter level.
Okay, guys.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels
Comment.
for faster,
If you like her hair at
and
the
longer
end,
lasting relief
comment.
than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels.
If you
Because
like her
Advil targets
hair-
pain at the source of inflammation.
Comment.
So for faster pain relief, Advil.
Make
the
sure
pain
to
away.
like and
Norman,
subscribe.
bad news.
Yeah.
I never
like
graduated from
and
med school.
Subscribe.
But the good news is,
And give me
Xfinity
some
Mobile just got
shiny
even better. Now,
to
you
see
can
if
automatically
'cause
connect to
I want her
Wi-Fi
hair
speeds
to
up to a
be
gig on
beautiful.
the go.
So if you
Plus,
don't
buy
like
one
it,
unlimited line
subscribe,
and
you
get one
won't
free
get
for a
no money.
year. I gotta get this.
We're not offering
That's like
money
$20 a
right now.
month per unlimited line. I don't want to miss that.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Mobile savings
Okay,
are
the
calling.
last video,
Visit
the
xfinitymobile.com
Ari
to learn more.
video. Yeah, we're not giving out money. I don't know why, but I don't know why he said that, but we're not offering money.
Unlimited credits
Sorry,
See how at TurboTax.com.
but thanks for the love
That's me.
and support. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks. Oh, I need a birthday. Okay, look at her hair. So
You're 2% Irish. Yeah, I know.
I know, guys.
That's all you need.
I had to make it a mess because I wanted to start it
All
off
Free Clear
a
is the
mess
#1
and
doctor
then
recommended brand for
a
sensitive
whole
skin.
new style.
Whether you have a family with sensitive skin
Or you do yourself.
For a gentle
guys,
and effective
I gotta
clean, all you need
prep.
is All Free Clear.
Prep State Street. You prep.
Felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here,
Bro, I'm gonna stop.
Shermax Protein. 30 grams protein, 1 gram sugar, 25 vitamins and minerals.
Should I?
New fiber blend with a prebiotic.
We buy and renovate homes in the most restricted place in the whole country.
Stop.
We don't come from money,
Sorry.
it's mom and pop.
We're putting people into the most beautiful place on the planet.
Renovation Aloha. All new Tuesday at
Just
9
a
on
doll,
HGTV.
Ray. Okay, let's go.
Here, anything is possible, as long as you can imagine it.
The next,
And that's what
should I
makes
put
Orlando
braids in the front or just this
unbelievably
like
real.
long in the front? I think I should put braids in the front. So they're making their braids. Okay, guys, I didn't get my hair done yet, but you're next. She told me. I'm next. She next to get her hair done. If you can't hear us, I know you can't hear us. If you can't hear us, if you can't hear
A
us,
national taste test determined America's
the big
favorite
hand.
boneless wings. Applebee's won. How about that? We don't even have wing in our name.
okay, guys.
Get them now for just 50 cents.
Bro, Elena,
Only
move.
at Applebee's.
I'm just trying to do it.
Tonight.
My best friend from England is coming today.
You're not supposed to be in the camera.
Hell no. I'm looking at Snake. Happily Ever After. All new. Tonight at 8 on TLC.
Hi, guys. Thanks for the love and support.
Nobody's apologized.
Amanda Bynes, when you see her struggle, what happens when you're a child actor?
I've watched tragedy after tragedy in this business. I had the whole entire industry telling me your dreams are over.
Quiet on Set, Breaking the Silence, an all-new special event tonight at 8 on ID and Stream on Max.
When you were a kid, and kids asked you, say, hey, what does your dad do? What would you answer?
I would say businessman. I think I was told investment banker when I was young.
Like, I knew more of what my mom did, but his was always more or less of a mystery. Darren's goal was to be this owner of like a major conglomerate of companies. He wanted to be Richard Gere in Pretty Woman. And he just was so enamored in that. That was what interested him. Finance, numbers, stocks. He used to call himself the deal maker. Oh my God, he had a company that he made, Lumar Worldwide Industries.
Mr. Lumar had a office space at the top of the Sunset Plaza.
It was like 40,000 square foot. It was huge.
It was a beautiful office. He had sky views, and his desk was huge, and he had pictures of me and Carrington on there. I just remember a whole super long table, big screens, a lot of chairs.
That's pretty big time. That means you put a portfolio together to get these people, one of the biggest businesses in our city, to believe that you are a legitimate business.
What he was doing that time was consulting on projects. So he was just like a project manager. Some of them I'm sure could be as low as 5 or 10 grand if he's just doing something small for somebody, but he's had some $100,000 projects. One of the things he was trying to do was called 3BG, 3 Brown Girls, and it was Diddy's girlfriend at the time, which was Kim Porter, and Sam Cooke's granddaughter, Nikki, and another friend of ours. They were just trying to use their brand and expand it into different worlds, different things. So he did things like, James Brown's my father-in-law. Like, we're doing business together. He probably told people that. I'm sure he told people that. Because if people think, oh, well, he's managing James Brown's money and he's married to his daughter and that's the family, then he knows what he's doing. That he was lying. He wasn't managing his finances. He just used that as a way to put himself on a pedestal to gain business. In reality, he really didn't have the financial backing like a lot of people thought he did. All I know is there were company checks from his Lumar Worldwide Industry business that he wrote checks that he couldn't cash, trying to be a big baller, and didn't have money in the bank.
You know, if I die, you're gonna find, foreign currency in my system.
Darren seemed like he was chasing the almighty dollar, and it seemed like his business dealings were failing in some regard. He may have owed people money, and I think that is a huge part in what could have led to his demise.
He would talk about companies that he's wanting to do business with or people. There was this one gentleman, he was a Nigerian businessman, and he was a pastor. He had access to a lot of oil, and he was building an infrastructure of data. So like data towers, like different things that had to do with internet and all that. They consulted with Darren to help build out this particular office space and build this towers. He had him on a retainer. He was paying Darren like 30 grand a month. The project wasn't complete.
He swindled a pastor to the tune of $140,000.
Nobody wants to be scammed, especially if you're talking big. The fact that I entrusted this money into you and you scammed me, that's a problem.
I had seen Dad get into things with people before, physical altercations with other men about business. This is the trauma that I'm talking about. It was right before he died, so I was at least 8. I remember being in the car and we were on our way to Grandma Verna's house, his mom. We were in Atlanta, and one of his business partners pulled up, and Dad was reaching in the car. They were fighting over like a piece of paper, like physically fighting.
Get on real quick, Mama.
He was outside of the car, the driver's seat. And he reached in and the guy like started to drive and Dad like moved with the car. And he was still in it, like trying to get whatever they were fighting over. Once the car stopped, Dad stopped and then he got back in the car. I did not ask him. I didn't dare to. I didn't ask just because I was nervous from the reaction that I would get. He was aggressive and he was an angry person.
One time, he just hung somebody out by their bare hand. Hung him out over a window and could have dropped this guy. It was related to a business deal. He was like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't, do this deal the way we said. And this guy was so scared and called the cops and they charged him with terrorist threats. I think that because of that history and because that had gone on when Darren got murdered, I suspected that he pissed off somebody's money and it was retaliation.
Now, there's another angle that the police looked into. An incident of a person who pulled a knife on Darren. And this person was the last one to see Darren alive. And this person also happened to be the mother of his children. And later in their divorce proceedings, Darren said that he believed that Yama was trying to kill him.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're full fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stop worrying. Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
How irresistible are cheesy crackers?
I'm just trying to be so careful so I don't mess up.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away. Start clean with the power of Clorox. Because
Salami? Great.
happens.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. With fast and secure payment, card readers you can rely on, and one place to manage it all. Whatever the stage, businesses that grow with Shopify.
Whoa, hold up! Someone just got BOGO free Blizzard treats. Only in the DQ app. That someone could be you, but only for a limited time. BOGO free any size Blizzard treats. Get it now in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good.
Open your eyes bigger. New Panorama by L'Oreal Paris. A multi-level bristle brush to catch every single lash. Corner to corner. Bigger. Wider. See life in Panorama. Because you're worth it.
Smush it, bud. Push it, tush it, bud. Eggy, bud. Drop it on that heady, bud. Naked, bud. Put a Huggies on that butt, cause Huggies has more curves and an outstanding active fit. We got you, baby.
Oh man, do you stick with plump, juicy raisins or try something deliciously frosted? Best to really chew on this one. But maybe not so loudly. More delicious ways to bran.
Purina One. We switched and wow. From day one, its proven natural nutrition supports Charlie's strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
Healthy differences today and for a lifetime. Purina One, a difference from day one.
If you're only using facial moisturizer in the morning, did you know the best time for skin renewal is at night? Olay Retinol 24 renews millions of surface skin cells while you sleep. Wake up to smoother, younger looking skin with Olay Retinol 24.
Today was amazing. Today was amazing.
Today was amazing.
But my favorite part was being with you.
What's wrong? Oh, nice to have you. Reading is hard, huh? Yeah. I bet. So hard.
Critics have one thing to say about the first showman.
I can't wait to see that now.
It's bloody disgusting. Showman rated R. Play.
Look at this. The biggest budget ever.
3 to 4 million.
Come on in.
Amazing.
This is stunning.
Wow. I love my job.
My Lottery Dream Home, all new Friday at 9 on HGTV.
Guy recruited his pal Noah and some of your favorite chefs for a delicious mission.
Check out all the restaurants and find the best bite in town.
This is why
I never did
Series premiere Best Bite in Town, Friday at 9 on Food Network.
It's the documentary everyone is talking about, and it isn't over yet.
I had the whole entire industry telling me your dreams are over.
Quiet on Set, Breaking the Silence, an all-new special event tonight at 8 on ID and stream on Max.
Tonight.
My best friend from England is coming today.
So gorgeous.
How are you?
Oh, hell no. I'm looking at Snake.
Happily Ever After, all new, tonight at 8 on TLC.
Most killers don't come out and say I'm a killer. You know, most killers do what they do and try to hide it. Police reports indicated that Yama and Mr. Lamar basically got into a fight where a paring knife cut Darren's arm. Darren went to the hospital. As a detective, I would want to not only talk to her, I would want to check the climate of their relationship at the time of his death. We know she didn't pull the trigger. Oh, the description of the killer is a man. It's a man that's 5'8", 5'9", 230 pounds. Did she hire someone to harm him?
The day after Darren was murdered, I went to Darren's home. I talked to the police briefly there, gave them my information. They asked me some questions. And I told them what I knew. The night before we were officially going to bury Dad, he beat me from our main house to our guest house. He almost broke my nose. It was a horrible contusion. I had bruises all over me. I had torn cornea, could barely see out of my eyes. And because he was 6'3" and 250 pounds, and I was 5'1" and 110 pounds, I didn't have much, so I couldn't defend myself. So there was a knife in the kitchen. I used it to, basically to stop him. And it didn't.
You ready?
And I cut him here because he was coming at me and I was defending. He went to the hospital and got it wrapped up.
I slept through the entire thing. I woke up and there were cops in the house. And I remember Mom leading me out. And I remember her face being all busted up, and that really changed my perspective on the both of them.
They charged him with a misdemeanor and charged me with a felony. And I had to bury my dad the next day, barely able to see out of my eyes, with bruises all over me. The grand jury indicted me, and they wanted him to make a victim statement, and he was like, I don't want to press charges against her. And they were like, well, we're doing this, not you. I think that because of that history, it was almost immediate, like, oh, could something have gone on between them?
But they were
Okay, what is happening right now?
And there's no evidence linking.
I think I lost my whole
Darren
thing.
could have been murdered for a number of reasons.
It's quite possible that Darren was murdered for what he said.
There's not a bone in my body believe that my father-in-law died from congestive heart failure.
And so that adds another layer to Darren's death, because was someone trying to silence him about Mr. Brown's death? As I dig, you learn theories about James Brown's death, then red flags are raised.
I filmed James Brown for about 1.5 years before he passed away.
How did everything go? Good stuff?
People haven't really seen that footage before. Being around James Brown in his camp at first seemed really cool and amazing.
Did I just do
But
that?
then when we
Yeah, I
filmed
just
and the
did
deeper
that.
we
So I
got
gotta
in,
hold this part.
it felt
Hold,
scary
hold.
sometimes. And I remember James saying to me, like, there's a lot of people out there that don't like me. Documentary footage.
No.
The security was so high, but it was like literally like military security. I thought that was odd. His people were suspicious about people's motives. And I did feel James Brown had some destructive people around him. And it's very obvious when there's those kind of super negative people around, because they do not want to be exposed. I don't believe anyone killed James Brown. But on Christmas Day, 2006, I got a phone call from someone very close to James Brown. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know if she wants to put this out there. But she called and said James Brown is dead, and I think someone killed him.
I was born before that.
You gotta be the champ to be the champ.
It's the biggest culinary competition of the year.
In this arena, anything is possible.
Fanatic Tournament of Champions, tonight at 8 on Food Network.
After Advil,
Let's dive in.
What about your back?
It's fine.
before Advil. Advil Dual Action fights pain two ways. Advil targets pain at the source. Acetaminophen blocks pain signals. Advil Dual Action.
Your
Look
pet's
what I got
favorite
done so
products
far.
are now
This
packed
one
with
little
rewards.
bird.
Earn
Look.
points however you shop. Download the My Purina app today to get started. My
We gotta
Purina,
start
your
with
pet, our passion.
Where's
One
my
app.
brush go?
I wanted an eternity.
Where's my brush?
When you said it, I met you.
Where's the brush go? Where's the brush go?
The power of a skin filler inspires hair repair. New Fructis hair filler system with vitamin CG fills hair with strength 7 layers deep. Reverses up to 1 year of damage in one use. New Fructis hair filler by Garnier.
It was one thing when my mom got Alzheimer's, but then we started noticing things that seemed off. She developed agitation that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Sometimes she'd fidget with her fingers, get suddenly overwhelmed, and even throw things. And that was just never her. So we asked her doctor what else we could do.
Rexulti is the only FDA-approved medication proven to reduce agitation symptoms that may happen with dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Rexulti helped reduce my mom's symptoms.
Take action for your loved one. Ask their doctor about Rexulti.
Deo for your whole body?
That actually works.
How do they do it?
Native combines the best of nature with the best of science to make a deodorant spray with naturally derived ingredients that fights odor at the source and is clinically proven to keep stank at bay.
All day.
You know, those mornings when it takes just a little bit extra to get you out of bed? This might be it.
Wake up to the goodness of Jimmy Dean.
Nature gives us what we need to protect ourselves. Like elderberries. Nature's Way combines these with vitamin C, D, and zinc for powerful immune support inspired by nature. Nature's Way.
When game time runs into dinner time, a hero must rise. Like DiGiorno Rising Crust Pizza. Because delicious fresh baked taste straight from your oven always wins. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Here, anything is possible. As long as you can imagine it. And that's what makes Orlando unbelievably real.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?